Hello, this is Spidey 1958, and welcome to a mini spotlight of Industrial Craft 2's new heat system. I didn't find anything good on this, so I figured I'd do a quick thing since I do plan on using this in my Let's Play. So let's get started here. There are several new machines, some that produce heat and some that use heat, and one of the old machines was converted over to use heat. So let's go with the stuff that produces heat first. So here we have a solid heat generator. It can basically produce 10 heat. It burns charcoal or anything else and creates ash. This one here uses liquids. I know it uses biogas. There might be other fluids it uses too, but I know it will work with biogas. And it will basically emit 16 heat. This one is an electric generator. You actually pump power into it and it will generate heat. And basically each coil you put in generates more heat. So you can make it more efficient that way. This way is the radioscopic heat generator. It uses your pellets of RTG and basically generates power this way. This one is the liquid heat exchanger. You basically pump hot coolant in here and cool coolant comes out here. The best way to do this from a reactor. Let me show you the setup I have here for a reactor. Basically you take inside here is a standard everyday IC2 reactor, and it's surrounded by a 5x5 pressure shell. Once you get the shell created, it will have these extra things around the outside for your coolant and your hot coolant. So let's go ahead and turn this on. You want to be sure to have heat vents in here to vent the heat to the pressure hull so that it will heat up. Now this heats up pretty quickly, so we'll have to watch it here. But over here I have the liquid heat exchanger, and I basically have an iron pipe here. The coolant goes that way because there's an ejector here to eject it, fluid ejector. And over here we have more coolant. Let's go ahead and break that. I don't have filtered pipes yet, so it's sometimes where to go. There it is. It's tricky to get this to work right. And let's go ahead and set it so it goes that way only. And let's make sure this and it's not actually generating any heat. And it's working earlier. Well, anyway, then the heat's supposed to be, the heat vents are supposed to send it to the chassis so that the chassis can then absorb the heat with the coolant and cool it down. It was working earlier. I don't know why it's not working now. Okay, now for stuff to use this heat. You got the Stirling Generator, which basically turns the heat into EU. It says it only does 32, but here I was pumping in 200 and having no problem. Go ahead and throw that in there. Oops. Because see here it's taking 200 heat in and pumping out 200 EU. And then just filling up an MFU. So, but apparently I'm not doing a good enough job with getting heat to the heat vents. So, okay, the next thing that uses heat is the blast furnace. Now needs heat. Oh, and it also needs air. Oops. Okay, let's try compressed. Here we are. I don't know where it goes. Does it go there? Yep. And I believe that's how you make steel now, is compressed air and the blast furnace. Okay. Another thing that uses heat is the fermenter, where basically you turn your biomass into your biogas. Now here I've tried, there's a steam generator, but the little bit of heat this produces just isn't getting that up to any sort of temperature. So if it has slowly gone up. It's made it to 28.2, which is going to take it a long time to get up to anything reasonable. Yeah, I need some sort of filtered pipe, or I'm doing something wrong there. Probably got too many of these. And turn that back on. And the last thing is up here. Whee! And I'm going up the wrong side. Whee! And this is the new version of the Kinetic wind generator. Basically, it requires a rotor of some type. There are four types of rotors: wooden, iron, steel, and not ceramic. Carbon fiber. And basically it will produce kinetic energy, which you feed into a kinetic generator, which will produce power, which you can then store. And this isn't doing much right now because of that. So see if I can get down without dying horribly. And that's basically the spotlight on it. That's what I've figured out so far with the heat system. It looks like it'll be a neat system. And that, if you have any questions, ask them in the comments and I'll try my best to answer. As always, this is Spidey 1958, and have fun Minecrafting.